Good morning, Soledad. Well, as you say, Sunday night, the Oscar ceremony in Hollywood will pay tribute to 50 years of Bond. But here in Washington, we're celebrating 50 years of evil.
My name is Bond. James Bond.
The name's Bond. James Bond.
From Sean Connery to Daniel Craig, 007 has battled evil for half a century. As this year's Oscars celebrate 50 years of Bond...
Do you expect me to talk?
No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die.
Here at the Washington, D.C. Spy Museum, it's Bond's enemies that are in the spotlight.
James Bond, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ernst Stavro Blofeld.
Bond villains were a creative bunch. Here you can find the steel teeth of Jaws, used in Moonraker.
His name's Jaws. He kills people.
The tarantula in Dr. No. The rope used to beat Bond in Casino Royale. But it's more than just movie props. The exhibit, Exquisitely Evil, shows us how the villains changed along with the times. Museum director Peter Ernest is a former CIA covert officer.
When Fleming wrote the books and when Eon Productions produced the films, they attempted to pick up on the things that were producing anxieties in societies, like genocide, or nuclear proliferation, or terrorism, or drugs.
Bond villains seem to have one thing in common: causing mayhem. And that's what a lot of the Bond villains were about. Manipulating the world, but controlling it.
Yes, trying to cause the superpowers to clash.
In the latest blockbuster, Skyfall, the villain Silva's weapon, the computer, used in a cyber attack against British intelligence.
And you'll recall in Skyfall that the villain Silva, what he has the names of all the MI6 agents who are around the world, and the pseudonyms they're using and the people they're employing.
Everybody needs a hobby.
So what's yours?
Resurrection.
50 years of Bond surviving evil. Exquisitely evil. So what we've seen is, it started back in the 60s, Dr. No, Goldfinger, the Cold War confrontation, and now we're up to Silva, Skyfall, and the cyber attacks of the modern world. But just think about the scope of this for 1 second. What we looked it up and realized Daniel Craig was born 6 years after Sean Connery first starred in Dr. No.
Says it all, doesn't it?